so powerful, so heavy you collapse. No, well, I never had to knock on wood, but I know someone who has, which makes me wonder if I could. It makes me wonder if I never had to knock on wood, and I'm glad I haven't yet, because I'm sure it isn't good. That's the impression that I get. Have you ever had the odds stacked up so high you need a strength most don't possess? Or has it ever come down to do or die? You got to rise above the rest. Never been tested. I'd like to think that if I was, I would pass. Look at the tested and prepare before the grace go on. Might be a coward, I'm afraid of what I might find out. Never had to knock on wood, but I know someone who has, which makes me wonder if I could. It makes me wonder if I never had to knock on wood, and I'm glad I haven't yet, because I'm sure it isn't good. That's the impression that I get.
This is how it feels when the world means nothing at all. Black car drives through the town. Some guy from the Charleston estate left a note for a local girl, and yet he had it all on a plate. So this is how it feels to be lonely. This is how it feels to be small. This is how it feels when your world means nothing at all. Nothing at all. Husbands don't know what he's done. Kids don't know what's wrong with mom. She can't say, they can't see. Putting it down to another bad day. This is how it feels to be lonely. This is how it feels to be small. This is how it feels when your world means nothing at all. So this is how it feels to be lonely. This is how it feels to be small. This is how it feels when your world means nothing at all. Nothing at all.
has come up. Oh well, I really want to know because everybody loves that TV show. Lost soul of life. Too much apple pie. Oh, have you lost soul of life? Too much apple pie. And now Harry's walked away with Johnny's wife.
smarter than that. 9 lives like a cat, 15 years old. Take them to the youth authority home. First thing you learn, you gotta make it in this world alone. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The poison time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The poison time bomb. Now he's gone out, he got free, he got a coat, got a car. He's 21 years old, he's running numbers from the bar. He's pages people, he's getting deep in whatever he can move on, and you know that kid a creepin'. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac. The boys are time bomb. The boys are time bomb. Tattooed below his eye. His mother cries, she knows that he is strong enough to die. He's rolling in the Cadillac, his midnight sun roof is down. 3 shots right out of here and dead, the new king is crowned. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Now, Sheriff Batman started out in business as a granny farmer. He was infamous for 15 minutes, and he appeared on Panorama. Then he somehow got himself on board the Starship Enterprise allowance scheme, with a Prince of Wales award for pushing Valium and amphetamines. Moving up onto second base behind Nicholas Van What's-His-Face at 6'6" and 100 tons, the undisputed king of the slums with more aliases than Klaus Barbie, the master butcher of Leon C. Just about to take the stage, the one and only, hold the front page. Batman's got something to sell to the capital's homeless, at the Crossroads Motel for the no-fixed bonus, where you can live life in style, you can sleep in a closet, and if you flash him a smile, he'll take your teeth as a deposit. There's bats in the belfry, the windows are jammed, the toilets ain't healthy, he don't give a damn. Just chuckles and smiles, laughs like a madman, a born-again rap man. Here comes Sheriff Batman with his Valium, amphetamines, sick notes and his phony prescriptions. And just when you thought it was safe to go back to the kitchen, dead eggs and cracked heads, bunk beds and breakfast. Wake up, you sleepyhead, take this. Check this.
Hold of yourself and you will see how lucky we are to be free. Now you take for granted life and country. How can he go through friends but not me? How can she sing out of tune not me? How do they find time for kids on Sunday? Express uncalled for regress. You're in one-way traffic, can't you see? Before a head-on crash, steer free. When if it's too late, don't come cry to me. friends but not me. How can they walk on in on heavily? How does that old boy not stand the street? Tell me something, I'll put it to the test. Take hold of yourself and you will see how lucky we are to be free. Now you take for granted life and country. How come we never get on, you and me? How can we find out the remedy? How does that old lady's home look neat? 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 Our house in the middle of our street. Our house in the middle of our. I remember when I came and everything was true when we would have such a very good time, such a fine time, such a happy time. And I remember how we'd play, simply waste the day away. Then we'd say nothing would come between us. Two dreamers. Father wears his Sunday best. Mother's tired, she needs a rest. The kids are playing up downstairs. Sister's sighing in her sleep. Brother's got a date to keep, he can't hang around. Our house in the middle of our street. Our house in the middle of our street. Our house in the middle of our street. Our house in the middle of our house was our castle and our keep. Our house in the middle of our street. Our house, that was where we used to sleep. Papers in the morning, bowler hat on head. Walking to the bus stop, he's longing for his bed. Waiting with his neighbours in the rush hour queue. Got to get the first bus, so much for him to do. He's got to hurry, got to get his seat. Can't miss his place, got to rest his feet. 10 more minutes till he gets there, the crossword's nearly done. It's getting so hard these days, not nearly so much fun. His mind wanders to the office, his telephone desk and chair. He's been happy with the company, they've treated him real fair. Think of 7 letters, begin and end in C. Like a big American car but misspelled with a D. I wish his bus to get a move on, driver's taking his time. I just don't know, I'll be late, oh dear what will the boss say? Pull yourself together now, don't get in a state. Don't you worry, there's no hurry. It's a lovely day, could all be going your way. Take the dog's advice, let up, enjoy your life. Listen to what they say, it's not a game they play.
I never thought it would happen with me and the girl from Clapham out on the windy common. That night I ain't forgotten when she dealt out the rations with some or other passions. I said, you are a lady, perhaps she said, I may be. We moved into a basement with thoughts of our engagement. We stayed in by the telly, although the room was smelly. We spent our time just kissing, the railway arms were missing. But love had got us hooked up, and all our time it took up. I got a job with Stanley, he said I'd come in handy, and started me on Monday, so I had a bath on Sunday. I worked 11 hours and bought the girl some flowers. She said
some forgiveness, but begging's not my business. And she won't write a letter, although I always tell her. And so it's my assumption I'm really of the junction.
But as the wind changed direction and the deck began to fly, the crowd caught a whiff of that crazy punch. Puppet radio player. Soon as the shine gets out of their hair, the jet pilot's way. Shawty don't like it. Rock the Casbah, rock the Casbah. Shawty don't like it. Rock the Casbah, rock the Casbah. Shawty don't like it. Thinks it's not kosher. Rock the Casbah.
Questo è il Breakfast Man.
Head
and I think I've got a ball. I ask her lots of questions as she hangs onto the wall. I kiss her for the first time and then I take her home. I'm invited in for coffee and I give the dog a bone. She likes to go to discos but she's never on her own. I said I'll see you later and I'll give her some old chat. But it's not like they on the TV. When it's called for cats, it's called for cats.
said you're leaving, well that's okay. You said you've had enough, what can I say? I suppose I'll be sad for a week or two, but in the end it's the same for me and you. We'll both be sorry through and through. You must stop doing this, you've got to change. So you hold all the cards, you've got the reign. Every time you go away, I get to think. You said you're leaving. You said this. You said 'cause you hold all the cards. You've got the reins. Every time you go away, I get to bling, 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 bling.
ride along. Sitting in the back with the siren on, sweeping up drunks and belligerent cunts in the town square, mopping up spill of the mentally ill there. Sebastian dressed in a black stab vest, with a patch saying press Velcro to his chest. Tasering dudes, no shirts, no shoes on the high street, breaking up fights on stag and hen nights. The marriages Sebastian says will never last.
Sebastian's gone on a ride alone.
Sebastian's gone on a ride along. Sitting in the back with the siren on. Gonna get his name in a